there's something I think that you can give us a review on.
Okay.
Is your planer upgrade, the
Okay.
helical head. Can you tell us about that? Like,
Yeah.
me myself, I've looked at it and I go, should I do the upgrade or buy like a new one that's like a 15-inch one with a helical head, or like I keep on going back and forth. So I haven't done anything yet. So you might be deciding my next what's in my tool cart. Or
okay, I got the perfect answer for this. Right. This is how I kind of justified it in my head. It all depends. It all depends how much you're actually using it, right? Like if it's worth it or not. I looked at it at a cost thing. So a pack of the straight knives for the Dewalt planer. I think they cost $60, right?
Yep.
Yeah, about that.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Right.
We all know.
Yeah.
I think it's $60. So if you do the math, right, and you break it down to what that costs per edge. So it's a pack of 3. So 65 by 3 is 20, and they're double-sided blades. So it's about $10 per edge. The carbides are 4-sided, and when you buy the pack of them, that gives you however many are in there. I forget exactly how many. I broke that cost value down, and it came out to $1 per edge. So every time you go to replace that knife, say dull, that's $10 per blade. So the helical heads are only $1 per edge. So the cost value is night and day difference. I was buying like 4 or 5 packs a year on the other ones. Okay. So times that by $60, that's $240 a year on blades. I installed the helical head carbide literally over a year ago, probably almost 2 years now. I'm still on the first side of the 4-sided blade. So I haven't rotated those once in a year, and they're 4-sided. So that factory head is going to last me 4 years plus before I have to buy new blades. So cost, when you break it down cost wise, it was a no-brainer. The thing is going to pay for itself within the first year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but like I said, it depends how much you're using it. You know, if you're only going through a pack of blades a year, I don't know, is that cost worth it to you? But there are a couple other factors. I will say it's quieter. I'm sure you've read the decibels are super quiet. So if you're in a workspace where quiet, the loud annoying planer noise bothers people, that's definitely a lot quieter. And the finish, it's so smooth. Like the epoxy does not chip the epoxy whatsoever. You have to use the slower feed rate on the Dewalt. The Dewalt has 2 speed settings. Adjusts how fast the workpiece gets fed through. So the faster setting, it will leave some chips. So if you put it on the slower setting, 0 chip out whatsoever, and barely any sanding, and you're good.
So like the second part of this is obviously you had to do a conversion, and obviously you're mechanically inclined. Like I wouldn't be worried about it, but like the average person, would it be a problem for them to do that themselves?
Right. So 2 things on that. One, there are 2 cutter heads that you can buy. One is the OEM size. That means it's the exact size as the factory one. They also make one that's a little bit smaller, so it's easier to get in. And I think the point of that is you have to take off all the blades to get it into through the opening. Okay. With the smaller one, you still have to take off, I think, 2 of the 3 rows of blades to get it to fit. With the bigger one, you have to take off all the rows. So the bigger one, you just have to take off, an extra row of blades to fit it in. I personally bought the OEM size just because I wanted it to match what was there. So I just didn't see a need to buy the smaller one. If you're taking almost all of them off anyway, you might as well just, take them all off. So,
not too bad though to get it done.
I watched a YouTube video, just so I didn't make any mistakes. I probably could have sat here and figured it out, but YouTube's there. Information with this day and age is at our fingertips. Like it's such a great thing, So I watched a YouTube video. Guy showed part for part, and I did it with no issues at all. It took me a good, 3 or 4 hours, I think, but nothing was crazy hard at all. No.
3 to 4 for mechanically inclined, transfers to about 12 for me.
You did have
It's
to
going to
buy
be a full month project.
Right. I did have to buy one tool though. It was like one of those
snap ring pliers.
Snap ring pliers. There you go. I had to buy that, but other than that, it wasn't bad.